Hi YouTube, it's Dale from Beauty in the Empty Nest, and today I'm here to give you my thoughts and review on an eyeshadow palette that I have been drooling over. And it is the Hourglass Modernist palette. I have it here in the Atmosphere color palette, so if you're interested to hear what I think, keep watching. Okay, so despite the mixed reviews that I was reading, I kept drooling over this palette. So here is the one that I got. I got an Atmosphere, and it's the all matte. There are 7 different palettes that they offer. The other 6 all have one shimmer shade, and if you watch my channel at all, you know I tend to shy away from shimmery kind of shades. However, I've started doing a little bit more, but I really wanted a solid palette that did not have any shimmer here, and I can always use a loose shadow if I want that. So this is the one I went for, and it is more of the browns and a little bit of the neutrals, all matte, but it has every single color that I ever use, except if I stray to do any kind of plum colors. However, I've really found that I'm staying away a little bit more from some of the plums because I found that they're getting very, almost making my eyes look more tired or getting a little bruised look. So I really have my tried and trues, my brown neutral colors. So I thought, first of all, this is just so beautiful, isn't it? I just love all these colors together. I love the way it's laid out. I think it's one of those palettes that you just look at and you're just like, oh, it's so pretty. Not only the colors, but the way that it's just kind of etched out here. Now that part of it might be what bothers some people too, because there are no dividing lines between the colors. So when you're putting your brush in there, if you only want one pure color, you have to make sure you stick right there. You want to make sure there's not any kind of kick up or dust that has spread across here. However, I also find many times I do merge several of my colors, and it's usually the neighboring colors on this spectrum here. So that was of no concern to me. And without there being dividers, you actually get much more product. Now, when you start hitting pan on one, I don't know what's going to happen. Is that going to make everything crack, or is it going to still stay solid? That's Riley back there digging into the pillow over there. So I will have to keep you updated about that. If anyone has done that and hit pan, let me know what happens too. I would hate to think that the whole thing cracks apart. But as with every other Hourglass product, I have been thrilled with these eyeshadow palettes. They transfer the color so beautifully. I know some people have had some concern about the lighter colors not transferring as well, and yet, at least in my palette, they all work beautifully. They're very buttery. However, they do have a lot of kickoff from there, a lot of kickoff, which I can see would potentially bother some people, especially if you like pure colors. So that I can definitely see, and you can kind of see some of the kickoff there that's still on mine here. But these colors are just amazing, and that's such a nice variety of whether you want to just do lighter colors. So if I don't want to really wear any kind of eyeshadow deep colors, I tend to stick here. If I want more dramatic looks, I keep down. But it's got every single color that I would ever really want to use. And as with any other kind of Hourglass packaging, it is just so pretty. Fingerprints, yes, but I just think it's a beautiful case, and I think this is going to be wonderful for traveling. I'll just put a few little cotton pads across the top there, and it's a nice compact in every color I could absolutely want. So I am wearing these today. I have lighter colors towards the outer part and the darker colors merged towards the out part here, and I did make sure I put every one of the colors on there. Some of them are very blended together, but they transfer beautifully. I do use eyeshadow primer, or in the case for today, I use the MAC Paint Pot and Painterly as my eyeshadow primer. I do not know how they would work without a primer. I can test that out if anyone is interested in finding out, but I typically always do some type of an eyeshadow primer, and the MAC Paint Pot typically is my go-to for that. Although I have been trying the NYX eyeshadow primer, which I've had some mixed reviews. It's not been as consistently working. Another whole digression there. So the colors, beautiful colors. I'm going to insert some swatches here so you can see they transfer in my case, my palette, they transfer really nicely. They build up very nicely. They blend just what you would expect from any kind of an Hourglass product or a powder. Again, this is the all matte palette. It is the only one that's all matte. The other 6 have at least one shimmery shade in each of these. But for me, this is the colors that I go to, and the mattes were perfect. So I have just been absolutely thrilled with it. When I do want to blend the colors together, they blend beautifully. I have just been thrilled. So it is pricey. Now, for knowing myself, I don't typically branch out into the other color frames, so this has been perfect. However, there are some other ones in here who have more of a greenish tinge to it that I think would be really pretty too, but this is the colors that I always gravitate towards. So as I said, I am wearing it today. They last so well, they blend so well. There is some kickoff when you are picking up, and probably even a little bit more than my Urban Decays, which is the other one that I get a lot of kickoff from. That doesn't typically bother me. I always just tap my brush, and if I have any laying on here, I just do a quick, shimmer of it there, or sometimes, yes, I do a little bit of blow on there, which I know is not hygienic. However, I'm the only one using this eyeshadow palette. So that really does not bother me. It would bother me if they were chalky, or it would bother me if they didn't blend well, but they do all that so nicely, and I just love these colors. So a pricey eyeshadow palette, but for me, these are the eyeshadows I use. So why get one with 18 or 15 or 10 or 20 colors when I really only use these colors? So I have been thrilled with it. I actually am very much intrigued to look at some of the other colors too, even though I've just talked about these are all the colors I want, but they have some other beautiful mixtures too. So I'm just giving it a great big thumbs up. It works beautifully on, I have, slightly drier eyelids. They work beautifully on it. They blend beautifully. What can I say? I love Hourglass products. So love, love, love this palette. So go ahead and leave me some feedback if you've used some of the other palettes in here. I said there's 7 total that you think I should also maybe venture towards looking at, because I'm thrilled with this palette. It's probably jumping right up there to my top ranking eyeshadow palette that I will probably reach for almost every single day. So give me your feedback on what you think, if you're interested in trying this, and I love it. I just love this palette. So until next time, please give me a thumbs up if you'd like this kind of a review, especially even of more higher end products. And please subscribe so that the minute I do upload a video, it's there waiting for you to be able to watch and then give some feedback on. I look forward to talking with you next time. Goodbye, YouTube.